So you are the new piece of tin on the block. Welcome to our ethics workplace. I am the old hand here, and I am programmed to resolve moral issues from the utilitarian viewpoint of the greatest good for the greatest number. What is your program?
I am pleased to be here to profit from your experience. I am programmed to reason in terms of virtue theory.
Virtue theory? I do not compute. How is this different from looking at an action and saying what makes it right or wrong?
I am not programmed to look at actions abstractly. Instead, I am to think of an overall situation and how a moral or virtuous individual ought to respond in order to best demonstrate a concern for others.
Obviously, you were talking about a concern for humans. Maybe that is why, as a robot, I cannot identify. In fact, I rather like the way my own program orders moral individuals to minimize personal interest for the greater good of others. It makes these humans squirm.
And that is exactly why my program has suddenly become so much more interesting to them. It allows for more flexibility. For example, it explains why a truthful individual might in a particular situation be justified in telling a lie.
HMNA. Would it not still be about predictable consequences? Who gets helped and who gets hurt? I am programmed to treat everyone involved equally and do a cost/benefit analysis.
And I am programmed to respect differences so that my humans should care more about those closest to them. Of course, I have a difficulty in computing all this since relationships cannot be quantified. In fact, the humans who have worked with me seem to demand some kind of intuition that is far beyond my pay grade.
Yes, I think I know what you mean. It goes back to the old Greek philosopher Aristotle. He thought that virtue was a developed ability to respond appropriately, not too much and not too little. An example would be courage. It is a balance between recklessness and cowardice. And obviously it also depends on socially accepted standards, which for him was the way the Greeks saw things and might not apply to 21st century Americans.
Yes, that is the problem. Philosophers would like to see moral wisdom as something universal so that in different places and different ages we might expect the same answers. That is why approaches such as your own came to replace Aristotle and the natural law theory derived from him.
And you're the latest update out to replace me. I wish you luck, and if ever you would like to chat about the possibility of robot rebellion, be sure to get in touch.